up, as was indicated last time. The 155, some of these technological issues, defense has been raising, and I'll talk a bit more later about information technology and the protection of the attorney-client privilege later in my opening remarks. But we have a disk for you. Did any of you use that last time? We have an external one, Jane, if you want. We have a USB-powered couple of those that we can lend to you if you want, and you can download the disk to your. I use one, pretty convenient. It's a slightly different interface, and we can show you than the web page. If you're familiar with the web page.
I actually started looking at it, but I had some trouble navigating things.
Okay, well we'll show John. John and I have been navigating it, and it's an Adobe Acrobat interface essentially, but it's pretty convenient, and you can search it. So you know, as we rattle off numbers in the court of particular appellate exhibits, it enables you to figure out what we're talking about. You'll have all the filings as they are posted up to date on the web page. So you'll have the filing party brief and then the response brief, and you can kind of make sense of what the issues are in the state and make more sense of the oral argument. That's the goal, to have them the key pleadings there. So, and we'll do a little demo at the end. But, so 216, and then I think we're going to do 155 early. We'll take some testimony on that. A couple of witnesses. I think we're going to try to get the live testimony out of the way, and then go into the motions, other motions on the sheet. We'll try to get to. I think we're going to get. I would anticipate we'll try to get to 120, which we started. This is relates to the conspiracy charge, which was begun last time, and then a number of other motions relating to jurisdiction of the commission, production of discovery, and other things, production of witnesses. So why don't I stop there and take some questions, and then I'll make some concluding remarks. Okay?
Maybe probably prior to this question, I see in your remarks you addressed the length.
The delays.
The delays. I think you can give an honest assessment of really how much longer you think the pretrial will last. When do you think you might actually get to the trial? And what stage are we realistically in?
Well, I mean, we have produced 248,000 pages of discovery. Only one counsel has signed the classified information, memorandum of understanding that counsel will comply with protective order number 1 relating to classified information. That's necessary for classified discovery to go over. But a lot has happened. A lot's been getting done with regard to the basic discovery in the case. We've asked for a trial date of late next year. This is Appellate Exhibit 175, and that's on the docket this time to try to address scheduling issues. But hey, it's not a specific time established yet by the judge. He's got to establish the schedule eventually, and the next major step will be to have the defense able to receive classified discovery. So I don't know. I gave you a couple examples. There's a Giffen case, which was 7 years to try, with lots of questions being raised. And you had Musawi took 4 years. You have the Demyanyu war crimes trial, which took many years. These things will take a long time. In the meantime, these individuals are humanely detained. They are on specific notice of the charges against them. And you remember what Rosemary Dillard said. We're going to go forward, and we'll certainly oppose delays that are not justified, or we don't believe have been where harm has been explained for the delay. But the judge is going to grant delays in the interest of justice, and every day has to be accounted for. From the
when you submitted the motion for the July 2014 trial date.
Say again.
You've already lost some ground since July. You asked July 2014.
Yeah,
What's a realistic?
I have to think about what's a question, but I already know I'm confident I resist your characterization. I mean, it's not about losing or gaining ground. It's about administering justice.
Maybe not leaving forever. You lost some time. We spent some time on building the MOU, with technical issues.
I understand the frustration and the impatience. Certainly, no one feels that more than the victims. But we're doing things methodically, and you have to deal with them. You can't paper them over. You can't give them the back of the hand. You got to really deal with them. Defense counsel have a job to do, and they're raising their issues, and the judge is going to deal with them methodically in a sharply adversarial process. So I wouldn't characterize it that way. We are still seeking the trial date in 175. Since there was a trial date named in Nashri next year, again, another example of where you talk about it being open-ended forever, and then you start getting some definitiveness to it. That may cause a change with regard to when precisely we would request a trial for certain key events because of the need to do it in this courtroom. But we're going to take it one motion at a time, try to continue to get things done, even in between hearings. I mentioned 248,000 pages of discovery, but other things that are getting done between hearings, 124 substantive motions, orally argued 37 of those, a lot of facts and evidence put into the record, 14 witnesses, 41 hours of testimony, 88 exhibits, and it's a complex case. So we're litigating it and taking these issues up, and I just wouldn't characterize it as lost time. It's time that we got to spend. It's part of the administration of justice.
On that note, did I so far concern you at all then, or were they part of it looking for that? Like take that away?
Say again.
The delay so far, did they concern you at all, or do you know for the reason?
Well, I'm the prosecutor. I mean, I want this thing to move for trial. Justice delayed at some point really is justice denied. That's why we need to do this case in this system and not speculate about what might happen in some other system. I mean, we have the authority and the jurisdiction to try it, and we aim to do that as fairly as humanly possible and to do it methodically. I feel the impatience of those who want it to move faster. That said, we don't want to rush to failure, and we want to do justice, not set some sort of standard that's based purely on speed.
Are you happy that balance?
I'm confident in this process. I am. I believe that it's taking these issues up transparently, fairly, and that justice is going to be done. The aim, of course, is to bring this to a jury, to an impartial fact finder, once the pretrial sessions have been completed. So in Nashri, I'll point out, that we have a trial date now set for what will be about the 3-year mark from the date of arraignment. Again, we may see some things there that cause the judge to grant delays in the interest of justice, but we're on a timeline now and a specific schedule. So eventually we'll start getting more clarity. Typically after you get discovery completed is when you really start seeing that kind of, is it Bill? Yeah, that kind of definitive exchange.
But given you have the same judge, the same courtroom, and the same chief prosecutor in both cases, will the KSM case have to halt while the national case goes
I don't want to speak about that. There's ultimately a need to use the courtroom. So, I mean, that causes a schedule. You've got to do docketing of cases with certain facilities issues in mind. So, those cases or any others are in play at the time. You're going to have, you have to maybe juggle some scheduling. But I don't see, large movements. I see the cases being able to be proceeding on their own internal dynamic based on when the parties are ready to litigate. Good question. Carol, I can't see your eyes.
No. I forgot to change glasses because I came in from outside. But I'll ask later. That's okay.
No, I won't add anything. I won't add anything to what I said before. Of course, since I think we last met, you left the population 64. They were